hung around obviously the likes of Parnelli Jones, Mickey Thompson, and Walker Evans, kind of the icons of off-road motorsports. In the beginning, I always wanted to transfer my career out of off-road, which I did. I spent 10 years in IndyCar, 10 years in NASCAR, and ironically now I'm back full-fledged into off-road, chasing the Baja dream that we all do. When I was 3 years old, I was working in and playing in and sweeping the shop floors over at Parnelli Jones' race shop. I remember being 4 or 5 years old and playing with a die grinder because it sounded like a Formula One car. Ring, ring, ring. It was one of those things, you know, I loved motorsports so much and had so much passion for it that I would, you know, do certain things just so I could go to the race shop and learn more.
We were out there bleeding our system. Robby Gordon pulled over, shut his engine off and said, "Hey, you guys okay?" And I go, "Yeah, you know." He's like, "You want a tow?" The way he was just so humble and was, you know, willing to help out another driver in need, that was really cool to see.
You know, I guess I'd have to say Mickey Thompson is my hero because he had the vision of what off-road racing is, and he wanted to bring it to the masses. I really try to focus on what we're doing and pay attention to the other drivers, but really not focus on what they're going to do. We've got a strategy that we can change throughout the race, and if one guy does one thing, we can do another thing to leapfrog him, so there's a pit strategy involved as well.
The Robby I've known most of my life, teamed up with his dad. I was very fortunate. Robby's first win in off-road racing came with my dad, teamed up with my dad. My first big win in motorsports teamed up with Robby's dad, Bob. We've had a close relationship for many years since we were both kids. Robby's always a showboat. You know, he likes to get that crowd behind him.
Rob McCachran, Robby Gordon, Larry Rosler, those three names right there are the trifecta of off-road racing. You're not going to beat them.
Come here to Baja and still be on top of the game is pretty cool. You know, we've got obviously a lot of experience from my father. You can come down here and race off into the gnarly desert that you wish you could tell people what happened and they wouldn't believe you because you dropped off a 10-foot cliff and, you know, all kinds of crazy things happen. But, you know, it's off-road and it's got a dimension in motorsports that nothing else does because you really never know what's going to come around the next corner.